Hi everyone, today we're going to make macaroni cheese balls. Now before we start today's recipe, don't forget, if you like the videos that I'm doing, to subscribe to them, give it a thumbs up and a like. Also hit the notification bell and you can get it straight to your phone or tablet as soon as I release them. Also, if you want to see some of the other stuff that I do that I don't always video, have a look on my Chef's Days on Twitter and Instagram for other inspiration. First up, what you're going to need is some macaroni cheese. Now I've made mine fresh just for this, but if you want, probably even nicer is just use your leftover stuff if you have any leftover. You can then have all the little crispy brown bits on top, all the melted cheese. They can go all mixed in. It will make it a little bit better, I reckon. But for today, I'm going to use some fresh stuff. I've also got some red onion chutney. I've got 10 little bits of mozzarella, because that's how many balls I need to make. And I've got a tray lined with cling film. You can use baking paper if you want, doesn't really matter. So what we're going to do is I've made this the day before, let it set. I'm going to grab a bit out. I'm going to squash it out a little bit. Well, actually mix it round so that I know it's going to stick together. Squash it out, and then I'm going to get a bowl of my mozzarella in there. I'm going to get a scoop of my red onion in there as well, and then hopefully, this is going to be a messy job, we can shape that into a bowl. Doesn't matter if it comes out the sides like this, because it's going to get breadcrumbed later. As long as it's all stuck together, give it a good squeeze. So it's all together, and then we just pop that on the tray, and that's the first step. So we'll just blast through this lot now quickly. So that's all our macaroni cheese balls rolled, all nicely stuffed with the mozzarella and the caramelised onion. We're just going to pop these in the freezer now for about 20 minutes just to firm them up a little bit. While they're in there, we'll get our panko kit ready, which I'll show you now. For your panko kit, you're going to need some plain flour, which I've just put some salt and pepper in. If you wanted to take them in a slightly different direction, you could put curry powder in there if you want, and make them sort of curry macaroni cheese balls. We've then got just one egg and a little bit of milk, just mixed up in there together. And I've got some nice panko breadcrumbs. You can use any breadcrumbs you want. You can make your own if you fancy, but I have some of these panko breadcrumbs. They just make it extra crunchy. Our macaroni cheese balls have now been in the freezer. I think I left mine in for maybe just under an hour, so they're quite firm now. So now what we're going to do is we're going to pass them through our panko kit, which is our flour, our eggs and our breadcrumbs. So we go in first of all into the flour, just dust it off a bit, then into your egg. Try and keep one hand for egg. So you've got one wet hand and one dry hand. So that can go in there. Roll that around. Don't have to wear gloves, I do, because it just makes life easier. And then we're going to double pan it, so we're going to go back in the egg mixture, use your wet hand again. Back in, drain the excess, back into the breadcrumbs, use your dry hand, just get them nicely coated. You can give them a little squeeze just to make sure they're on properly. And then that's that, they can just go back on the tray. So we're just going to carry on and do the rest of them. Once we'd finished panning our macaroni cheese balls, we put them through the fryer just to get a bit of colour on them, and then I'd done these about an hour before I needed them, so I just left them on the side. You could do them the day before if you fancy, have them in the fridge, and then all you've got to do is fire them through the oven. They took about 20 minutes, and then this is a good sign, the fact that there's some cheese leaking out there. I now know, hopefully, that the cheese inside is nice and melted. So let's get over to the chopping board, cut one open and see what they're like inside. Right then, moment of truth. see if they've worked as intended. Cut that open, and as you can see, inside all nice and gooey. Loads of stringy cheese. Let's cut another one open. Hopefully we'll find one of the ones with the red onion in. There we go, there's one of the ones that we stuffed the red onion into as well. They are going to be delicious, I do believe.